Hi guys, it's Bobby. Welcome back to my channel for another video. I wanted to take some time today to walk through my final 2026 setup with you guys. Had that full video the other day about wanting to remove some sections and whatnot. So I removed some things and I wanted to show you guys what I did. So if you're interested in seeing my final 2026 setup, stay tuned. Alright, so the monthly hasn't changed. When you first open up my book, you see my you see the transparent cutting mat, that I got from Dollar Tree. But anyway, you see my perpetual calendar, and then you go right into my monthlies. Oh, I need to take December out. Look at that. Guess this isn't as final as I thought. Ha. Anyway. So you go into my monthly. My monthly tab takes you right to my monthly page, the current month that we're on. So here we are in January, filled in my dates and everything. These are bonus daughter visits. This is a new bill. My granddaughter's birthday, my brother-in-law's birthday, and then I have the entire year of the months in here. So there's November. And then December, maybe. I don't know. Y'all know what December looks like. So, anyway. Then I have my top-loading envelope from Filofax. I didn't take this out because I took out so many other things that I just didn't feel that taking this out was necessary. So, and then we go into my to-do section. Now, before, this used to be my inbox section. It would go to inbox, then to-do. So, I have since removed my inbox section. So I'm just using my to-do pages as, just like a running to-do list. So, I think that's going to work better for me. If I need notes, then, like I have like these little notebooks that I can like brain dump in and, then pull to-do lists, pull action items or whatever from there. So after my personal section, my to-do section, we just have this usual stuff. We've got my business card holder, with my library card, my son, photo of my husband and myself, a couple family photos, my insurance information that I put back in here. Then we get into my personal section. So this is, my word of the year for 2026. And then we go right into, a deco. I might take these out. I don't know. I like looking at them. We go into my habit tracker. This is from SM Plans. So it's front and back. I set it up for December, but I didn't use it. And so I just flipped it over for January. I'm not going to waste, an insert. Then we've got my gratitude journal. Again, these are from SM Plans. So I have several of those in here. And then we get into my goals, so this is the ADHD task insert or whatever from Planner Room. I just highlighted the headers with my Tombow 761 Carnation. And then this is just for the month of January. So these are how I've broken down my goals. These are my goals. This is the list from Watch Back a Plan. So I wrote down my goals, and then this is how I'm going to track them every month. And then on my habit tracker, I'll check them every day, if I've done them. So it hold me accountable for the end of the month when I sit down to figure out, this is wrong. This is wrong. This should say lose 6.7 pounds a month, not 1.7. I need to lose 1.7 pounds a week. Damn. And my goals video is already up. Oh, screw it. I know what it means. I know, I'm not gonna, maybe I'll redo it. I don't know, but it's not that big of a deal. Maybe I'll just pick up in February with it correctly. I don't know. Gosh. Anyway, so that's how I'm using those. And then I have a blank one. These are, printed front and back, so February would go back here, and then this start with March, And then April will be on the back. And then I have some extra habit trackers. And then this is my health section. I made this last year. And I'm going to keep it just because I like it. Health log. So, you know, like for anything, you know, major that comes up. I only have one in here. It's front and back. But if I need more, I can just print it. This is from SM Plans. Then I have this fold out from Peanuts Planner Co., the undated yearly bundle. This is what I'm using to track the miles that I walk every day. Not all day, just for, you know, walking workouts or whatever. So whether it be on the treadmill or outside, I'll just, you know, do the workout thing on my Apple Watch, and then whatever miles I logged during that workout is what gets logged here. This is also from the undated yearly bundle from Peanuts Planner Co. This is where I'm going to track all my weight, my weigh-ins, and, you know, whether or not I reach the goals. And then we get into my weekly section, Plan with B sticky notes. You know, I just print these, you know, on my printer. And then we get into the week. This is where I have Haru plans. God bless. We have Haru plans, week on 2-page with checklist. So I have some things down here that will get transferred over to my habit tracker previously. And then I still have my daily pages in here. I'm going to leave them. I was talking to my husband about this the other day, and he was like, you know, just use them as like a daily to-do list, you know? So like, just instead of putting the day of the week in the date, just put today at the top, and then just make the to-do list. And then, you know, so, and that's only if I need it, and I could, you know, keep going with the page, you know. So I have several of those. And then we get into my home section, which is my meal plan inserts. They are printed front and back, and they are printed upside down intentionally, you know, because this is the current week, and then when I go to the new week, I don't have to flip the page over. I can just turn it around, and the current week is always at the front. Okay. Then I have my food inventory. I've yet to do this, really, but I do think I'm going to, because I was sitting down doing the meal planning recently, and I couldn't remember, you know, and, you know, I think the older I get, the more lax my memory is going to become. So I think I really need to do this. So I've got fridge, freezer, pantry, and household. So, and then behind that is my master grocery list. So it's like a grocery trigger list. So when I'm making the grocery list, if I need other stuff, you know, like paper towels or aluminum foil or pepper or salt, you know, things like that, I can just, it's prompted. Like I can go through this list and be like, oh yeah, we do need that. I can put it on my list for that week. And then behind that is my lists section. This was in my inbox, so I just put it on a sticky note and stuck it on here. Because I don't know if I'm going to, I haven't even looked at these. Somebody mentioned these in a YouTube video I was watching, and I was like, oh, okay, I might want to check them out. But I haven't yet, so apparently it's not that important to me. So, and I did add, I want to get a Coach, nope, I don't want to get a Coach anything. I want to get a Coach Terry hobo bag, because I just really like it. Then we've got the vehicle maintenance log for my husband's truck, for my car. And then we've got baby cat's pet information. Behind that is my Tombow color chart. You know, get a new Tombow and put the color in. That way you know what it looks like. I moved this was important dates from when my husband and I first met. And then just some reference stuff on the back. I moved it in the back here so my list section can like double as like my reference. Then I've got my glycemic index food chart, the ultimate protein list, and then my protein chart and my heart healthy diet food chart, just so I would have those. And then behind that is just like some of the blank SM Plans floral notes pages from my inbox. I just moved it to the back in case I needed, you know, like make a quick note, like if I'm out and about or whatnot. I still have some pages to do that. So that's it. That's my final 2026 setup. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And I'm curious how you set your... Oh my goodness. I'm curious how you guys set up your planners. So just drop me a note in the comments below and let me know. And I appreciate so many of you guys reached out to me with your comments and suggestions off of my last video when I was talking about, you know, moving things around. So I appreciate all of your comments and your suggestions and your input. Seriously, guys, it was really, you guys gave me a lot to think about, and I love that. So thank you so much. All right, I'm going to get going. So until next time, bye-bye.